Coming at you from the Steel City, you're listening to Poor Man's Podcast, Pittsburgh's premier comedy podcast. Your weekly dose of humor, hosted by Chris Hopper and with a new special guest each week. And here's your host, Chris Hopper.
Woo! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Poor Man's Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Along with me, as always, it's the beautiful, it's the wonderful, it's Shaylee, baby. Shay, how are you this evening?
Doing fantastic, Chris. Just happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. We missed you last week.
I missed you guys. I watched it.
Did you?
I did.
You actually did, and you weren't in it.
I did, and I wasn't in it. That's very surprising.
That's crazy.
I
Well,
know.
we have some other show favorites here tonight. Our monthly guest. We have Michelle from Pittsburgh Foodie Girls.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing today?
Living my best life.
I don't. Cheech isn't here to do. There we go.
It's about the same.
That's better. That's better.
Everybody else does.
So
It's fine.
I can give you some applause. That's okay.
You get it.
And also joining us, friend of the show, Jeff Fieldhouse is back. Jeff, thank you.
What up? Thanks for having
There
me.
we go.
Always happy
Because he's a comedian.
Yeah, we got both today. that sound drop goes a little bit longer than I thought it did. But we are here at 565 Live in Bellevue. Stop down on Thursday to see open mic comedy. Stop down on Friday and Saturday for music. And Shay, you weren't able to stop down. You were working. You work crazy hours. Mm-hmm. You work all night and stuff. But I stopped down to Bellevue on Saturday for the thing for Grant from Lincoln Avenue. They did that fundraiser thing.
Yeah. How was that?
It was pretty awesome. Didn't Michelle, you went to La Palapa, right? Didn't you do that as a review for one of the...
Yep, for tacos.
Yeah, they had one of the food trucks down there. There was a lot. There was
Their food's really good.
yeah, they had a pretty good food truck.
I love food trucks.
Fermata Brewing. There was Penn Brewery. There was a lot of stuff down there.
Yeah.
There was some bands playing. I think 1867 Tattoo was like doing tattoos too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have loved that.
They were like flash tattoo sales or whatever, so they would do them real quick.
Yeah.
And I think they only had like a couple to choose from, but
You
that's
didn't get anything?
I didn't get anything. No, I did get some beers and some other things.
Go
Okay,
in for a
well,
beer, come out with a
that's
tattoo.
good running up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the story. Yeah.
Were there a lot of people here?
They blocked off. Do you know where Lincoln Avenue Brewery is? Like
Yes.
across from where we recorded.
Yeah.
That whole street there, back to the police station, that was all blocked off. So they had music and everything there.
That's so nice that the
Nice.
whole street participated.
Yeah, it filled up. It was awesome.
Do we have any word on him?
I think
how he's
he's
doing?
I think he's still healing up in the hospital, but it's still pretty early. They're still kind of waiting to hear back, but you know, it was definitely a good turnout. It was nice seeing a bunch of breweries and a bunch of people there. So
Yeah.
Shay, I didn't hit the rundown. Let's hit the rundown.
Let's do it.
There we go. We have sound effects today. Every day we do, but today I'm doing it, and I just turned my own mic on.
You're
There we
doing a
go.
great job.
I'm flustered. I got
doing
so
a
much
great
stuff
job.
going on, man. Wait till you see that. Hopefully, people just listening are going to watch the YouTube and Facebook video. If you are, you can see all the things that I'm trying to do right now. But we're going to hit the rundown. We have our opening thoughts. We have beers of the week, stuff to do in Pittsburgh. And then, Michelle, this month, we're doing the best places to take people from out of town visiting for the holidays, right?
That's right. I mean, it's that time of year. Friends and family are coming in. I get that question probably 3 or 4 times a day this time of year. Hey, I've got friends coming from Cleveland, or hey, we're going to a Steeler game. Where can we go to eat? So I'm going to tell you my top 4 places today where I plan to take friends and family this year.
Heck yeah.
That's an awesome. Jeff, were you here last time? Were you here when Michelle was on before?
Yeah.
The very first time. I was
Okay.
in.
Yeah. She brought the really good pizza.
Yeah,
the pizza.
Okay, yeah. I was
yeah.
going to say, because I feel like the last time you were here, Michelle was also here.
It was that
Yes.
very first time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're just going to
Solid.
book you guys together for now on.
Yeah, exactly. Coming
Please
together.
do. Yeah. Easy.
There could be worse people to be booked with. People to be booked with.
Smart.
Yeah, Shay, whatever, man. That's what else I wanted to say. I'm looking at some of the stuff I wrote down. The Grant fundraiser on Saturday. Pittsburgh Smoke Shop had their, I think, 1 year anniversary of being there. Did you stop down?
Yeah.
Alex and the whole crew there, Jules and everybody, Layla the dog.
Yeah.
They're awesome there. They had like pizza. They were giving away chips. Like they had really like a lot of people will have sales and stuff. Like he gives away like some pretty solid stuff. There's
Did
a
you get
prize
anything?
wheel. Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's awesome there.
I've been in there. It's a nice place.
It is. It's super clean.
So
It is.
the prices are great too. In
Yeah.
those spots. I think you said like the first 50 customers got like 50% off or something.
I think the first couple did, and then they got like gift bags too.
Yeah.
And then there was stuff like the cartridges were like buy two get one free.
Oh, that's nice.
And then there were raffles and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice.
He hooks up the customers.
Oh,
there.
Yeah. And that was on Saturday too?
That was also
That's
on
cool.
Saturday. Yeah,
Nice.
big Saturday for Bellevue.
Right.
I saw John and Rachel from your Jag-Off down there.
Did you?
I said hi. They didn't seem to care, but I said hi. I don't know, man. I feel like they were super about me the first time I met them, and I did their podcast, and then they came here and they seemed to. I don't know.
They were like, we got what we wanted. We're done.
I don't know if they were like that, but they seemed like all gung ho, and now it was like almost like it was a burden to have to like trudge through it, kind of thing. But
Ew.
I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I got a handshake and half a wave.
Chris is in his head segment.
No, that's the entire show. Let's talk about. That's what I
And
have
my
here.
third grade teacher hated me. Do you guys know her? Do you think she does?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's so weird you brought that. Mrs. Gardner hated me for sure, dude. And I remember because when I was in third grade, me and Jason, we would go in the bathroom and like the stall doors, we'd swing on them. Like jump off the toilet, like swing onto them. And I don't know if we'd like messed them up, but we would like lock them too and crawl out from
How
under.
would they know it was you? How they know it was you?
Yeah. I don't think we were that sneaky about it. Probably like,
Probably
oh.
giggling in class like,
Yeah.
and then they
How
see
come
some
every
shit
time
happen.
Chris leaves the room, the door's locked? Like, I don't think I was that much of a expert on getting away with things. But yeah, Mrs. Gardner for sure hated me. Anyway, next week is Halloween. I don't have anything planned here. I don't think we're gonna do a show here. I'm doing
I
stuff
work
with
next
my
Monday,
kids.
so that's good.
And I think maybe I'll just record something on Sunday and edit together as stuff to do in Pittsburgh after. So we don't have anything then. But the week after we have Dustin Dowling is coming on. Pete Morris. Do you know Pete Morris?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete's coming on the week after. And then the following week after that, this is going to be like 3 or 4 weeks from now. Michelle's coming back with Dave Foreman from Played at Pittsburgh.
I'm so excited about that.
Were you here
That's
with
sick.
him? No.
Mm-mm.
Shay, you
Are you
just
coming
miss
back?
all the good shows,
know.
man.
Are you coming back on the 14th then?
How many Mondays is that?
So Halloween's next week.
So like
No.
34?
Yes. No, I don't think you will
What the
be,
fuck I
Shay.
mean?
Oh no.
He
Definitely
always
tune in,
books shit
everybody.
whenever I'm not here. He's a piece of shit.
I know. I should be better.
You literally should be better.
I know. Shay, how about we
I could come. I could come before work
Yeah?
if you make it early,
Okay. Well,
like we've done before.
Shay, I'm sure we can move everything around to
That's
to
what
suit
I'm
your
expecting.
needs. Yeah.
That's what I'm
We'll
expecting.
switch it up just this once.
That's what I expect. Thank you.
Absolutely. So now, Shay, we all have wonderful beers in front of us. I wanna do the beers first because they're just always sitting here and they look so good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Jeff? I'm gonna let you talk about yours first because I saw you tasting it and you seem to be all about it. So
He said he can't stop drinking it.
Yeah, I honestly can. I'm honestly, ever since I started, not a big like beer taste guy. I'm more about the flavor. And this sorbet is delicious. Got a little bit of sour, and then all of a sudden you just get hit with the cherries, the cream, the chocolate. You have a chocolatey aftertaste, but then a vanilla and marshmallow taste in it too.
Wow.
Oh wow.
It's like the perfect mixture where it's not too sweet, where I could have like 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah.
Usually with these, they're like one and doners. It feels like you have like a
I'll-
slice of cake.
I'm with you with especially the sorbetto ones. I haven't tried that one, but some of the other ones, they're not like pulpy, but they're almost like thicker.
Yeah.
And they are sweet where it would be like hard to get through a couple. I think Shay, you said that too
Yeah.
for a couple of these sours. They're really good, but can you go the distance with them? Probably
No.
not. 1 or 2. What's the ABV on that, Jeff? Does it say?
Jeez, let me put on my reading glasses, brother.
Old man
I'll
now.
give you this for you.
This spotlight is like blacking out everything on my end.
I know I have a card.
no,
It's
you're
different.
Do you have a card?
Michelle, can Jeff borrow your
Yeah,
glasses
can
real
Jeff
quick?
borrow my glasses?
There we go.
How many does it take?
Hey Shay, how much do you think it is?
I'm gonna say 6.
Oh my God, you can't even see it. It is.
I'm gonna say 6'8".
Oh, you had a
6'8"?
cheat sheet on here.
Let me see.
I can't find it either.
Let's see. Let's see how many people it takes to actually be able to find this.
If you keep talking about how wonderful this sorbetto is, Shay, I'm gonna try to figure out what the ABV is. Actually, Shay, how about you? You talk about your beer, or Michelle can talk about hers, and I'll try to find the ABV for this.
Okay, she's gonna keep looking too. Mine's called Boomin' Like a Speaker. Fits me very well. It's a kettle sour with strawberry, watermelon, and how do you say that word? Tajin?
Tangerine.
I have no idea.
Jeff.
Shit, I don't know.
I can't even find a VPA. I don't know. I'm guessing whatever I can at this point.
Isn't it? It's Tajin.
Tajin.
Isn't it Tajin?
Classy.
Right. Yeah, isn't that like that little spice, that little seasoning? It's super delicious. Like it doesn't really have like that sour bitter taste that you would expect. But it has like it's good. It's really good. The watermelon is delicious.
Yours is a sour too, right?
Mine is a sour. It's a kettle sour.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
interesting.
It's good.
The difference.
like
Mine's
good watermelon.
6.8.
Oh damn.
Maybe that's where I was trying to get the
you
feeling
were
for
cheating.
Jeff's for.
Did we find Jeff's at all?
I like that I cheated but still got it wrong. Think that's the point though. If I knew it exactly and I nailed it, then it would seem suspicious.
Keep looking for Jeff's.
I think they don't want to tell you.
Maybe there's no alcohol at all. It's just a trick.
Dude, it's just
That'd
a
be sick.
dessert.
Yeah, that's why it tastes so good.
It's just a dessert.
Yeah, I couldn't taste any of the beer.
That's so funny.
I'm just gonna let you keep going. I can't find it because I don't know what the name of it is.
Oh my God, it's
But-
literally just a dessert.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
just a dessert.
It's like not
find it?
alcohol at all.
Just get your flashlight out. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, is it? It's probably in like the whole warning thing.
Check the warning too.
Checked it,
Well,
and
you
it's
know
not
what?
right at the front, at the bottom where it should be.
I saw a
Like
pint.
under, like yeah, right down there where your
there.
finger is.
It's usually my go-to. It's 1 pint, 16 fluid ounces, and it has nothing but alcohol percentage.
Well, we have the one beer now.
Where is it from?
It's from Evergreen.
You can't find it. Evergreen sorbetto.
See, the thing with Evergreen and their sorbetto, there's like 18 different ones. So I'm trying to find which one it is. But whatever. I don't know.
Michelle, do you want to talk about?
I feel
your
like
beer?
we've talked way too much now. Michelle, yeah, talk about yours real quick.
Sure. So I have the Lizard King Mosaic Hopped Pale Ale from Chicago, Illinois' Pipeworks Brewing. And I looked them up online, and they don't have like a bar like we have here where you can go in and drink from the tap. They ship it out to only a couple of states that are nearby. And I don't know if you can see the can, but it's a pretty cool can. It's
a cool can.
It's a Lizard King with a skeleton, and it looks like they're having a sword fight. But I'm pretty impressed with the can all by itself. But this is 6% alcohol.
Same as this.
Yeah.
So that
Oh, wow.
6%.
Was I fucking right about something?
Wait,
Oh, you said 6 too, didn't you?
I had to search the
did.
website and I typed in every ingredient to find it.
Yeah. That's the way you have to do
Yeah,
it.
it's very, very picky. But yeah, 6%.
6%. So I got
too
6%.
crazy.
6% in a pint here, and I like this one. I'm getting kind of tired of the pumpkin ones and the heavier ones that we've been having the last couple of
I
weeks.
love pumpkin.
This is kind of citrusy and it's light,
Yeah.
and I could probably drink a couple of these on a porch for sure.
Yeah, I opened mine and it is really good.
Yeah,
I like that one.
It's 75 degrees here today, so this would be perfect like outside right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
And
and
is that
crisp.
just a pale ale? Is that what you said?
It's a hopped pale ale,
Yeah.
a mosaic hopped pale ale. I don't know what mosaic means. Do you guys know what it means?
I think it's a type of hop, like the name of the hop. There's like Citra hops, there's Mosaic, there's like a bunch of other ones. There's like Numbers hops too. So I think it's just one of those. Now, what
I
does it
think
taste
about,
like? I don't really know.
colorful tile, like those like colorful rock tile.
Yeah, like a
That's what I think
mosaic,
of when you
yeah.
hear mosaic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably not that.
Anyways, can we talk about how I was right about Jeff's beer and you weren't?
Yes.
Yeah, Shay, very good, man. You did a great job.
I literally have never. You're usually always right.
I'm not always. You say that more. I feel like you say that I'm always right because you want it to seem bigger when I'm wrong. I'm wrong pretty often.
I've won.
I don't know. I don't keep lists.
I probably can pull 5 things that you were right about, but I won't because I don't want to make your head big.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Please do. Just one. Just pull one.
I'll give you some time to think about it, and I'm going to review the wonderful Trogs Master of
Oh,
Pumpkins.
my beer's from 11th Hour too. I didn't say that.
Did
And
you know
11th
11th Hour
Hour is
Brewery.
always really good.
11th Hour is always really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, mine is from Trogs. The reason I have this one this week is I waited on some guy over the weekend, and he recommended this to me because I was talking to him about pumpkin beers, and I've never had this one. This one is Oh, please tell me I fucking wrote down his percentage the whole time on this card. No, it's not. I had Shay's Michelle's in mine. Mine's 7.5%. I wasn't able to find it, so that's why.
7.5. That's a nice kicker.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah.
A few dads can be pretty schmacked after.
Where's the Trogs from? Where is that?
Trogs is from like
familiar.
the middle of the state, kind of in the Hershey area, I believe.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
oh wow. This is the opposite of an Evergreen can because this has literally everything. 7.5 alcohol by volume. Serve in a chalice. Additions. They're all Pennsylvania pumpkins. They're once a year. Yeast, his house wit, spices, cinnamon, clove, ginger, nutmeg. So
Wow, okay.
pretty much
That's
the standard.
probably good.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I'll let you try it in a minute.
right,
Absolutely,
that's fine.
Shay.
I mean, thank
I'll
you.
let you try it.
Thank you.
But it is. It's delicious. It's a little bit heavier, more like the other beers, not like the Blockhouse that you were liking.
Yeah.
Shay, one more time, hold your beer up to the camera because while I was talking, I didn't get a good one of you. There we go. We don't want to miss out on that beautiful smile with those perfect teeth, Shay.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna win you back before the night's over.
Thank you so much.
Shay, I'm gonna let you lead it off, and I'm gonna bring up the rankings for everybody
Look at me
watching
staring at
and
myself.
listening. If this is
so hard not to. It's
Literally
just
just
like-
stared at myself and smiled at myself.
Yeah.
I heard nothing you fucking
look
said.
at you, look.
It's a good feeling. Gives me the hairs. Like
Oh my God. Don't compliment my teeth. It's like,
Pretty soon we're just gonna have a camera straight on your mouth. It's just gonna
yeah,
be teeth.
as you
Just our
fucking
teeth.
should.
Yeah.
As you fucking should.
Shay, look at you. That's you laughing at you laughing at you.
that is.
Do it again now too.
She's blushing. It's sick.
I am.
This is a very love yourself moment.
Yeah.
This is
kinda
great.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, this gets back to the point that anybody just listening should watch the YouTube and Facebook videos to see Shay in love with herself, in love with herself.
I have listened to Poor Man's podcast at work. And
Oh,
then
yeah?
Later at night, needed something to watch.
Yeah.
And you guys have said certain things where I'll just toss on the visuals.
Oh, no way.
Have a
Dude, that's
little double
fucking
watch.
awesome.
I do that for a lot of podcasts. 'Cause
Good.
The videos.
Who's
and
the
stuff,
funniest?
I mean, Shay just.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
saw her show her firearms. I said, okay, Shay.
Hell yeah.
I want to see the teeth made me say it. She says that shit.
This is right. I fucking hate
I knew that would put a.
hate 'em.
She was like, "Yeah, okay,
yeah.
hell yeah," and then that came out. Shay,
Yeah?
Now that the ranking system is on there, and the people just
yeah.
listening, we have a 4-stage ranking system. Stage 1, first star, Gangster. Number 2, Out of Bounds. Number 3, Shut the Front Door, and the pinnacle. Number 1 is, or well, I guess number 4 is Flavor Town. Shay,
I'm going Out of Bounds.
Out of Bounds.
Going
Okay,
Out of Bounds.
Out of Bounds, and why you go Out of Bounds versus something else this week?
It's really good. So like whenever I get I like sour beers. It doesn't have that like that actual sour taste. It's very subtle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. It's just not one of my favorites.
Is this something you could drink
I
more
would drink
of?
it. Yeah, I would drink it again.
Compared to like this sorbetto, like you
Yes.
tried before.
Yeah.
It's easier to drink more of. Mm-hmm. All right,
Yeah,
Out
I
of
will
Bounds.
drink that whole thing very quickly. And I could have another one like right after it. Like I could definitely drink it back to back.
Shay, while we're talking about drinks, before the show, normally we try to do the fireball before the show.
I know.
This week, Grill 565 upstairs. No fireball this week, Shay.
None.
It was awful.
And I searched her shelves like when soon she said, I was like, she's missing it. It has to be.
Yeah.
No.
Were you going to go for Fireball's granduncle, which is Rumpelman's?
I actually did kind of pass looking
We
for that.
should have got
Like,
Goldschlagers. What we should have.
Yeah.
I suggest, yeah.
Did you? I didn't even hear you.
yeah,
Did
like
they still?
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah, I mean, that's like fancy, right? With the gold fleck.
Yeah.
I think I was just
The
being
original.
sad.
Plus, it would have the cinnamon flavor, everything in there.
Right.
Man.
We should have. But what did we go with instead?
We went with Screwball peanut
Screwball.
butter whiskey.
That's good.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
good.
pretty solid.
It was real good. It did, we mentioned it because I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that every other time I've had it, I've been super drunk.
Yeah.
So like I tasted it differently.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I don't think I've ever had Screwball as my first drink.
As my first, never.
Or top 3. Like
No.
it's always like you've had a couple and there's Screwball here, so let's do some Screwball.
Let's just do that. Yeah. And I mean, it's really good. And I always take my shots with water, like a little like water back, a little water before, water after. There was no burn. It took it right away, which
Shay,
is like super dangerous because you could literally not even taste it.
Oh, yeah. Put that
Like
in your
I
coffee.
tasted a little bit
Yeah,
of peanut
dude.
butter.
That's kind of awesome.
And then
real
you're
good.
fucking drunk. See?
We were talking about putting a little bit of chocolate sauce on the side of the.
Like on the side of your glass.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Just let down there like a martini.
I was thinking along your lines, doing like the coffee. I don't drink coffee though, so that's why I'm kind of not.
fucking
But yeah,
stupid.
you throw some of that in there. I think it would be pretty good.
I feel
Some
like I need
whipped
to
cream
make
on
this
top.
when we get home tonight. Like,
Some whipped
totally
cream
like a
on top.
coffee.
Do you ever see
screwball
the fancy alcoholic coffees that have like the taller glass mugs, or they always have the fancy cups for them?
Fancy alcoholic.
Yeah, man, they're nice. That's what's great about alcohol is like every drink has like there's like 3 drinks per glass.
Yeah.
And there's like 18 different. There's you got a flute, Shay. You got
yeah.
you got a chalice that you're
Fuck yeah.
supposed to drink this out of.
Yeah, you're failing.
You got the coupe. You know the coupe, man.
No, I don't know.
Coupe's a hell of a glass. It's a little bit wider. It's a bigger
Like at the
bowl
top
with a
or
little
all the way
stem.
around?
Think of like a martini glass, but like a bowl kind of, like a goblet almost, but a thin one.
That's
Yeah,
fancy.
check it out, man. It's nice. We'll look at that off the air, man. It'll give Jeff a reason to come back on YouTube and watch later. I'll edit the coupe.
What's a
coupe? Michelle, we'll go with
Mac and yellow, mac and
we'll go with you next. We have Gangster Out of Bounds, Shut the Front Door in Flavor Town. What are you gonna go with?
Okay, Lizard King. So I like it that it's light. I'm not really a big IPA person, so this is a pale ale. I'm gonna go Shut the Front Door because I feel like I can drink. This is only 6% alcohol. I feel like I can have a couple of these,
Yeah.
especially with the weather like it is today.
Hell yeah.
Are you? I feel like I've asked you before. Are you a warm weather beer? Because you like the. I know you said you like the garden party, kind of like the lighter.
I am. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're out in the yard, you're doing some work. Maybe you're like weeding the garden beds. A nice beer in the sunshine. Like that's the best.
Is that the best beer?
It is the best beer.
The after yard work beer or
After-
during?
the after yard work beer, the cleaning out the basement beer.
Yeah.
That's
The after you've
starting the
accomplished
basement
something,
beer. or started something.
Yeah.
I think the starting something. Like I went to Shogun on Saturday and like by myself, I was reading my book, eating sushi, and before I got anything, I opened my book and I fucking took a drink of a Corona, and I was like,
There it is.
that was fucking good.
The best.
That was fucking good.
The best is like the first one you have when like you start a break. Or like before it's the weekend. Although I work in a restaurant, so I
vacation.
haven't had like a traditional
Oh, like if you're
weekend.
at the airport, maybe.
But yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hey, I'm
$20.
Bloody
If you're
Mary.
driving to the
Bloody Mary.
airport,
yeah.
Having a
right,
cooler
right.
between your legs. Chug it in the parking lot before you walk in.
I saw some. It was like a news. It was a news headline. I don't know where it was. Where this hero was from. He said that he told the cops he wasn't drinking while he was driving. He was only drinking at the red lights.
Yeah, he was at a standstill.
Smart guy.
Oh, by the way, my son started calling people heroes who are on his nerves like that, like the way I would, especially while driving. He said the other day, "Green means go," which I'm all about.
Yeah. Right.
He's super nice, has great manners, but he has a little rage in the car, and I'm for it.
Which one?
Matt. Well, Liam has some car rage. Matt has a little
He's
attitude
sad.
with everybody. Yeah, he has a chip on his shoulder, man.
He does. He was born with that.
Yeah, I
He
like
was
it though.
born
Yeah.
with
He's
that.
edgy, man. That's what we need.
You never know what you're gonna get from them.
Yeah. Jeff, what are we going with?
I'm gonna go Flavor Town because it hit all of my.
Oh,
flavors.
shit.
Wow. Okay.
It hit every flavor. I would definitely, for sure, get this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad because
That's awesome.
I'm glad to hear the Flavor Town because you went right into it and you were like, I can't stop drinking this right from the beginning.
I think I have like this much left.
Yeah.
And then we started this not too long ago.
That's the one guy at Bellevue Beer. I don't know his name. He's one of the younger guys.
Does he have a beard?
Yes, I think so.
I know you're talking.
Yeah. Okay. He has like brown hair.
Yep.
Yeah. Everybody I've that worked there is cool, but this guy like knows what I usually buy, and he recommended that one today.
sick.
Yeah. He knows that we usually go with the sorbettos and stuff. Cheats like the sours for a while. For this Trogs Master of Pumpkin, I'm going Out of Bounds. It's pretty good. It's not as much as I like the other pumpkin beers. There's nothing wrong with it. I would drink it if I had to.
Does it taste like a pumpkin king? Pumpkin? Pumpkin? I never know how to say it.
No, pumpkin has better flavor. This
Is it
you'll have to
sweet?
try it. It has less of a pumpkin aftertaste and more of a beer aftertaste.
Oh.
It kind of
I like it reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that, and there's like another thing that just sits on the back of your tongue that I can't think of what it is, but it's
I'll try it and tell
a
you.
bitter?
I'm clearly a fucking beer connoisseur.
Maybe let me see what's in this. Is it maybe like a clove or something?
Yeah, that's clove is in it. Nutmeg.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a big fan of that. I mean, you see that a lot in a lot of the pumpkin beers, but this one compared to the other ones, compared to Blockhouse Pumpkin, all of those other ones, even Johnny Rails from Erie Brewing, man, some of the better ones. But this one's very good. You're not going to go wrong with a pumpkin, at least in my opinion. But yeah, I go out of bounds.
Still good.
Still good.
Still good.
Still great. While we're on the food topic, let's get into some of Michelle's stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have I wrote down earlier, I was like, I need to get some music for like the stuff to do in Pittsburgh and for Michelle's segment. So
We can use like the sushi song. Who's the watermelon sugar guy? Does a sushi song.
Oh.
Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
I feel like all of his songs are about food.
Do you know that
Yeah,
song?
weird.
No.
Watermelon sugar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like all of his songs are about.
Yeah, we'll try to get that in there, but until then, we'll have to just go with like Pittsburgh Foodie Girls. Thanks, Shay. You're into it, okay?
I'm here for it. I'm here for it today. That's just like your opinion, and
Michelle, we're gonna start. Oh, you know what? I have a bunch of stuff on here that we can. I spent so much time going over putting the food on here, and I'm gonna forget to even do it. Michelle, so this week we have your review. We're doing Smallman Street Deli, top places to take out of towners for the holiday, and then do you have a place you're looking forward to
Absolutely,
as well?
Of course. I'm always looking forward to something.
Awesome.
Especially to eat.
We'll start with the review of Smallman Street Deli, and then we'll go from there.
So I don't know if you guys remember from the last time, but we talked about some of the best delis that were here in Pittsburgh and what I got there. So Cheech was like, you need to go to Smallman Street Deli, like without a doubt, and try their matzo ball soup. So I switched up what I was going to do, and that's what I did. And I went down to Smallman Street Deli, and I got their matzo ball soup. And I got a couple sandwiches down there. I mean, the deli's been there since like 2001. There it is, the matzo ball soup. It was amazing. So I've never had matzo ball soup before, but this deli in particular caters to Jewish families in the area. Yeah. But the soup was incredible. And I asked the guy working there, I'm like, what's a matzo ball? He's like, I guess I should know that. I'm like, really? Like,
the guy working there didn't know what it was?
You don't know what a matzo ball is. So I looked it up, and matzo is an unleavened bread, which is just a flat bread, and they crush up the bread, and they mix it with eggs and oil and water, and it makes sort of a dumpling. So imagine like a dumpling, a Chinese dumpling with nothing in it. So that's what it tasted like, but it was really just perfect, and the chicken broth was amazing. And I took that home for my daughter, and she's like, you need to bring this home again and again, because it was that delicious. Dang. Yeah, so I agree with Cheech. This was probably one of the best soups I've had at a deli. Yeah. And while I was there, I also had a hot roast beef with cheddar, and I had a corned beef with Swiss when I was there. Everything there was great. I mean, they use local bread and local ingredients, and Weiss Provisions is right next door, and they own that as well, which is, a distributor of like lunch meat and stuff like that. But the matzo ball soup was just incredible. There's the cheddar and beef.
Yeah, and then I have the other one.
I thought matzo ball was going to be just like fresh mozzarella.
Yeah, so did I.
It kind of looked like it when it was in the soup.
So they call it
mozzarella.
They call it matzo grain.
Bread.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Right. So they call it
It's
matzo grain.
spelled very differently.
MATZAH.
Yeah.
Oh, that corned beef looks real good.
It does.
It was so good. And they were so confused when I went in there. I felt so bad for them because, I ordered all that, and I set it down on the table and started taking photos, and I wrapped it all up and took it home with me to eat. So they were like, what's happening here? What's happening? But all their food was really, really good, and it was a good recommendation from Cheech. So I'm glad I stopped down there, and I'll definitely go back for the soup.
Which was the matzo ball your favorite of the things you got?
Oh yeah, it was. The broth was so rich and it was delicious. Now I think other people that make matzo ball soup in different areas, sometimes they put vegetables and stuff in it. This one was just plain up chicken broth, like a rich broth. They said they make it there, and then they make the matzo balls as well. But like I said, it was like a big, giant, round, delicious dumpling.
How many of the matzo balls fit in that container?
There was 2, I believe.
Okay, because it looks like the matzo balls are pretty big compared to the amount of broth and stuff in there.
There are 2 matzo balls in each soup, and it was a good sized soup. It was like
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah.
soup. But yeah, 2 of them in there, and like I said, they had it all wrapped up in cellophane for me. So I unwrapped it. I took the picture, and they're like, "What's this lady doing?" This is great. Thank you.
Especially for the weather coming up, I could snack that in a sandwich. They don't skimp on the meat either.
They didn't skip at
A
all,
lot.
and they were
That's
warm
nice.
too. I was surprised they were warm. When I ordered it, I didn't realize that. He's like, "What do you want on your corned beef?" I'm like, "What do you put on it?" He's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I don't know. Make it the way you make
Recommend
it. give me something here.
Surprise me.
You don't know what a matzo ball is, and now you don't want to tell me what to put on my corned beef." So I just got it with Swiss. And
Did you just talk to some guy that was in there, or did they work there?
He worked there. I thought he worked there. And then a guy walked in a little later, had a chef jacket on, and I did ask him if they made the soup there, and he did tell me yes. So I'm assuming he was the chef. Maybe he would have given me a matzo ball demonstration. if
Yeah,
I'd
right.
asked. But yeah.
I feel like chef is one of the jobs that you could walk into just wearing the uniform and get away with a lot of things. Like if I wore a chef coat and walked into any restaurant, I could go talk to a table for 10 minutes and then walk away, and they'll think nothing of it.
They would be honored.
Maybe he was maybe he was a guest in hindsight. Maybe he didn't work there at all.
I don't know why that's like a thought I've had before. Like, what would be the best way to fake have a job?
Do it.
I
Put
feel
a
like,
chef jacket
I feel like the
on.
chef, and I feel like the other way because this is why I thought about it. I feel like I could just walk around with scrubs and a stethoscope, and like people would just like respect me
Oh,
more,
absolutely.
You know, I bet you I'd be treated differently.
Did you see the viral video that was going around of like there was this nurse who was in the bathroom and she found a package in the garbage can of a nurse's costume and then later on found like the tag to like a fake stethoscope.
Oh no!
So somebody was walking around the hospital
That's
pretending
crazy.
to be
That's a more fucked up thing than
That's
that. When
pretty scary.
I was thinking like when I went out to lunch, people would like nod at me or something. Not like, yeah, I could probably get some morphine.
No. Somebody like went into the hospital, changed their clothes, and like pretended to be like either a nurse or a doctor.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's kind of creepy.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
It's still
It
like
is
a
creepy.
version of like stolen valor.
Yeah,
People that
yeah,
wear, like,
for
army
sure. Yeah,
suits,
yeah.
And they pull him aside like, "Where'd you deploy?" He's like, New Mexico."
Yeah.
That's not even a place, dude.
I feel like New Mexico is a good answer because
Yeah.
like
gonna
people know
look into
Santa
that?
Fe, kind of. I
Right.
think that's there.
Iraq.
Yeah, well, that would be a good
I
answer too.
sound nervous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, Michelle. Let's start with the places to take people out of town. Obviously, it's
excited.
fitting with Thanksgiving coming up, all the holidays coming up. So
I can tell you that these are places that I take my friends and family when they come from out of town, sometimes year after year. But, Pittsburgh's an awesome city, so people come here as a tourist all the time, too. So I also get messages saying, hey, we're coming to a Penguins game. We're coming for this. We're coming for that. Where should we go? So these are places I always recommend because they're usually family friendly. They're not very expensive. They're not going to break the bank. So my number 4 pick for taking people from out of town, Permane Brothers.
Yeah.
Permane. I mean, have you been to Permane's? And I know, we're local, so we get to see it all the time. But people come from out of town and they're like completely blown away. I mean,
That's
you're
very true.
putting French fries on your sandwich. Like, what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
And Permane's has a lot of history. Now, if I'm going to go and take someone, we're going to go to the one in the Strip District because
Yeah.
it's the
I
original
heard
one.
that's the original and it's the best.
And they're crazy down there, right? I mean, my brother and my sister-in-law and I, we waited down there in the snow last year around Thanksgiving for 45 minutes on the sidewalk. It was so cold, we went down to one of those little vendors and bought hats. But just so we get it. And they slap that sandwich down the table on a napkin. You don't even get a plate down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's awesome. You get a beer, you get your sandwich. But all the sandwiches come with provolone. They come with French fries on top. They come with a vinegar slaw that they make in-house and tomato. And then your choice of meat. My choice of meat is bologna. I always pick a double bologna. And then I add an egg because I can. So double bologna with an egg because I can. And the next picture is going to be that sandwich cut in half.
Is it true that the one at the Strip District you cannot make substitutions on your sandwich?
You can ask, but they're probably going to spit on it.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I don't think they will.
That's what I heard.
They're so busy.
I heard that they you're not allowed to make substitutions.
So my brother
there.
asked for the slaw on the side.
yeah.
And they went, okay. And they brought the slaw right in the sandwich. I'm not going to yeah, sure, okay. Whatever
like,
you
yeah.
want. There it is right there.
We hear you, but no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I was never a fan of like slaw growing up, but they put me on to slaw because once I ate it, it's so
super
light
good.
and it's not.
It's not
It's
a creamy
not runny.
slaw. It's not a
I
creamy
think
runny
that's
slaw.
what freaks me out about bad slaws. It's super runny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
but this is like a vinegar slaw. It's more like a
Yeah.
condiment than actually a coleslaw on
Yeah.
there.
That's true.
I don't think I've ever had a Permane sandwich.
See?
Chris,
What is
let's do
happening
this.
here? Are you serious?
The bread alone. It's a great
I'm
texture.
with you. I didn't like I didn't like coleslaw.
Well, don't go to the strip
Don't go to the
district.
strip
Go
district.
somewhere else, and they'll make the sandwich how you
someplace
want
else.
it.
Yeah, go someplace else.
Yeah.
Ask
Well,
them
I
about
kind
the
of at a certain point, like if it's not on the menu, then I see like doing it.
Yeah.
But if they have sandwiches, like if you adjust it too much, then you're kind of losing the
They have
essence
like
of the
a
sandwich.
what is it? Big Capone or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
it's real good.
They have all kinds of
good.
different. You can pick your meat.
Yeah.
There's like 4 different meats on that one.
I've like
It's
been
so
there
good.
and eaten things,
Yes.
but I've just never gotten a sandwich because I didn't like the coleslaw and stuff.
I think
Their coleslaw is bomb.
It is the bomb actually, and there's a lot of history too with that one down the Strip District. They've been there since 1933. And Joe
Jesus.
Cremani opened that storefront down there, and the reason they put the fries and the slaw on the sandwich is because that was huge for truckers down there. The Strip District was
Just to eat everything all together.
Yep, they were coming in, they were working, they were going out, so they put the sandwich all together and wrapped it up so the truckers could take it with them and drive while they were
sick.
eating. That's
Dude,
why they
that's
did it that way.
huge.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So there's a lot of history there too.
That is way easier. I just try to put stuff in my passenger seat and like balance fries. And
oh yeah. I'll
also,
have like 6
I
packages.
I do the super fat move where I order like my ride home meal as well as what my meal is.
Oh my god, I do that.
The extra chicken
I
nuggets.
literally do
extra
that.
nuggets or
I need a
something.
I need a 4-piece nugget and a small fry just for the ride home.
Yeah.
And then I'll eat my food
No,
when I get
I've
home.
heard someone say the food that doesn't make it home never existed.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It doesn't have calories either.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
It
no
doesn't
calories, just
exist.
doesn't-
Have you guys seen those little
If
things?
nobody else seen it,
You stick
it's
in
not
the
my
dash,
problem.
the little things you
course.
stick in the dash for your dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stick it right like on your little vent thing.
Yes.
It sticks there. It has your dip for your nuggets.
Do you see the trays that you can put on your steering wheel?
What?
Dude, those are dope as shit.
Take my money.
Like it's like a half moon. So like it
shit.
just like sits. Like you just put it and then like where your thing gets
Do
wider.
you see the blindfold drink holders
It's dope as shit.
for when you drive too? That seems like the only thing more dangerous than a tray
What
on
is
your
it?
steering wheel. I said a blindfold drink holder, but no. Just a
It's
tray
not while
over.
you're driving. It's just like if you want to go in
Oh.
the park and eat.
Okay.
Eat and park. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm clever.
Isn't that why they originally called it Eat and Park? Because you'd
Which is
park and then
stupid,
they'd
but
bring
you
your
don't
food out?
eat. You
Yeah.
don't eat and then park. You park and eat.
I don't know. Should I take it up with the
I don't
smiley
like
guys?
it.
I don't know. Okay. Well,
I don't like it.
Shay, say something to the camera to Eat and Park, and then we'll tag them in it.
I don't like that you say that you eat and then you park. You park and then you fucking eat. I need you to get it together.
Eating
we
Park's the place for smiles.
Yeah, not from Shay, man.
Smile, smile
Smiley.
cookies taste like shit.
Smiley
too.
cookies. If they're Halloween
Dude, does
smiley
anybody
cookies
like
now.
those cookies?
I like the cookies.
I like them
even
until-
a stale smiley cookie.
Yeah.
I'll smack it. I don't know why.
Wow.
But you don't actually like
Not
it.
a
You just eat it because you
No,
just
I
kind of
love
like
it.
have to.
I like
The,
them.
the icing is in my DNA. Like since I was a kid, it's just something about it. They're like
I
the
hate those
eyes. You
cookies.
can bite them off.
You
Plus, they
can't-
do Halloween.
That is true.
ones
You
this
can't
time
do
of
that.
year. They do Halloween ones this time of year. They do
Oh, yeah,
Christmas.
The
ones.
Halloween and actually the Christmas one is probably the best one. Also, the Christmas commercial is probably the goat of Christmas commercials.
Right? The one with the
Eat and
star?
Park with the star. Can you name a better one? Maybe the Hershey Bell Jingle song. Okay, that one's a classic. You
That
got
one
the
is a
Pennsylvania
classic.
Lottery with Rita or whatever. Thanks,
Did
We
the
got to pull our old
Coca-Cola-
episode.
No, I agree. It's the star.
Yeah, it's the star,
It's a
man.
tree.
You see the M&M
don't
one
watch
with
TV.
Santa. You see that one every year.
The tree that bends down and picks
Remember
up
that?
Didn't there used to be like the Coca-Cola
Oh, kind of
ones
sounds
with,
familiar.
like, the,
Yeah,
With
it's
the
been out
polar
forever,
bears?
right?
bears?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
would, like run the one up and it would turn
Yeah.
red.
Michelle, do you remember the commercial, or Shay, do you remember there was a Campbell Soup commercial with like a kid that was a snowman?
Yes.
And then he
Yes,
had
and he
this,
melts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he melts at the end of
Those
it.
were always great ones
Yeah,
too, man.
those are good ones.
Let's go over all the 1993 commercials.
We have a whole episode about it. Do you
about
remember
that
it?
one?
We have a whole episode about commercials.
Oh yeah, but
We
not,
talked about the Eden Park one, and we talked about the Hershey Kiss one.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I stand by my good. If anything, you can see that I stick to my guns, man.
There you go.
Michelle, is there anything else about Primanti's for this you want to talk about? Also, I like that Primanti's made the cut, but is 4 because I feel like it's cliche, but it's also important to put it in there. It's cliche for a reason.
It's
yeah,
cliche,
like
yeah.
it's very good. It's Pittsburgh, and people from out of town should have that kind of local
Right.
thing.
Yes.
But it's also not that it's like played out, but like Joe Biden just came here and it's like, oh, you got Primanti's. Like I feel like it's just like the
Well,
thing
and
people
like
say.
Philly, they'll say go to Pat and Gino's, but
Yeah.
I go to visit my brother in Philly, and he's like, no, you need to go to Marco's down the street.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the face of it.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
I still had to try Pat's and Gino's.
Like, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
part
mean,
of the
don't
Don't tell me not to. I'm going.
Yeah.
just the history alone. Just the history alone is worth the trip down there to
Yeah.
see it, and especially if you're coming
Yeah.
from out of town, you've never seen it before. Because I mean, we take for granted that we put French fries on salads and on
That
sandwiches.
shit pisses me
Yeah.
off. When I went to North Carolina, ordered a steak salad. Where the
No French
fuck
fries.
are my? Bring me a side. Now I need a side.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm eating a salad.
Is that
You think I
something?
eat salad for health? No.
French fries.
It's just extra.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I leave the lettuce. Goodbye.
Shay, is that
No.
something you grew up with? Because you said you lived in Carolina for a while, right?
I did. So
Was it North Carolina?
It was North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so weird because when I say that like I'm from here, people are like, "Oh, you don't know about this, that, and the third." Like, I don't know. I think I was raised poor. We didn't do shit.
Eating out.
I had tuna casserole every Monday. Like, goodbye.
Boiled hot dogs.
boiled hot dog.
Right.
Reused
Fucking
water.
hot dog martinis. So, but so like I once I got a little bit older, I
A hot
realized
dog
just-
martini sounds like an insult to a woman. Like, oh yeah, no,
Sounds
I know her. She
bad.
likes a hot dog martini. Like, oh, okay, that paints a picture.
I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up then.
Jesus.
That's what he said.
With him.
What's the point? Let's go to number 3.
Number 3. So my number 3 choice, and I just recommended this one this week, is the Federal Galley, which is down the north side. We have 2 galley-style restaurants owned by the same company in Pittsburgh. One's in the north side, and one's over in Bakery Square. And if you haven't been down there, what they are is there are multiple kitchen concepts inside one restaurant. And they're all individually owned, and they all have their own individual menu.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yep, there's 2 of them, and they're amazing because if you're going with friends and family, you don't really have to choose necessarily the same thing.
I love that.
Plus, there's a bar.
It was-
Yeah.
They have wonderful outside seating when the weather's nice, like it was today, and they're open every single day except for Monday. So if you're going down for a baseball game in the summer, or even if you have really good shoes, you might be able to walk to the Steelers, to Acrisure, right? I was gonna say Hinesfield. If you wanted to like take the hike, but they have so much food in there. And one of the things I always get when I go down there is the Detroit style pizza.
I was going to ask if that was Detroit style.
It is,
Okay.
and I took a really close picture for you guys because I think we had an entire conversation about those pepperoni cups.
Oh yeah.
At
Dude,
some
they
point-
hold all the grease.
They
It's
hold
so
right. So
fucking
you see the
good.
grease in that. So the pizza place
good.
there is called Driven. So what you do is when you walk in to the galley, you pick a table, and you can see it's cafeteria style. At the end of the table, there's a number. You go and you take your number. After you decide, put your bag there or whatever, go up or you order your food, and they're going to tell you or ask you which table you're at. And table number 23. So they're going to know you order your food, pay for it. They're going to bring it to you whenever it's cooked. So I can't help but to order something from every place whenever I'm there. So
Yeah.
that's the pizza, and that's just the red top pizza with pepperoni, and those, like I said, those cups look amazing, and
Yeah.
cheese. I also got the burrata, which didn't make a picture, and they have chopped up house-made focaccia bread
No.
with pesto and focaccia. Oh yeah, so good. It didn't make the picture. Like
I don't like olives.
Die. Just
Yeah,
fucking
no,
die.
I had this.
No olives ever. Like none of them.
I had this discussion.
Greek olives,
olives.
green olives, black olives, stuffed olives, like nothing.
There was no olives.
No, okay. I thought they might have had it mixed in with the
What am I
bread or
staring
whatever.
at here?
Yeah, what is this?
So this is one of those other concepts there, and they're called Salute, and it's amped up pub food, they call it, bar food. And this sandwich, I had to write it down. It's called What They're Crossing For. It was a chicken sandwich called What They're Crossing For, and that's on Breadworks bread. The chicken is under that that salad. So there's a lot of lettuce and like a little salsa of onion and tomato, and that's Pittsburgh Pickle Company pickles on there. But there's wonderful chicken that you can't see under all that lovely stuff. That sandwich was so huge.
That
was
bread
like,
looks soft.
it was so nice and soft. And I mean, it was really, like I said, that's Breadworks bread. And you see, I was good, and I got the salad on the side.
What's in the background?
That's the pizza. So it comes in a
okay.
tray of pizza, not just a slice of pizza. You order it by the tray like that,
Yeah.
like a little tiny mini tray.
Are there 6 pieces in that tray?
6
That's what it
pieces,
looks like.
yeah. 6 pieces of pizza, and like enough to share for sure.
And
Or
that-
not, or not share,
Or not.
or not.
Or take it home.
I would
Now-
just tell our friends to order one from each place, and let's just.
And everybody share. I mean,
Like
you
like
could
Italian style, just like
Yeah.
share everything.
Well, you could totally do
Yes.
that. I mean, I think that's the concept. And then this one right here is a Hawaiian fusion. It's called shaka, and it has some Vietnamese influences there. So they have like ramen noodles and poke bowls. Of course, I got tacos, which makes absolutely no sense in hindsight. But they did have a lot of dumplings, and the menu was huge and wonderful. So those are the pork belly dumplings and the chicken teriyaki. I'm sorry, pork belly tacos and chicken teriyaki tacos. And
Those
you
tacos
get
look
3
amazing.
tacos per order, and they were pretty good as well. Now there's one other concept in there, a chicken place, but she wasn't quite ready for me, so we didn't get any chicken. No chicken for you. The chicken did not cross to my table.
The one that's over there in the corner.
Yeah.
That's what I got. It was pretty good.
Yeah, well, maybe next time. Like I said, she wasn't ready, but there is a bar in there. It's separate from everything else, so if you want to get a drink, you go to the bar separately, and you get your drink there, and you take it back to the table.
You said they're open every day except Monday.
Open every day, but Monday, and they actually have a really nice like brunch happy hour, like Bloody Marys and stuff like that. And
Well, it's a cool like college diner area. Where people can just go and go out. I love how the tables are set up. Yeah, I've been looking. I'm just happy to hear this because I live in Pittsburgh, And you're putting me on some game right now.
Right.
This is
Kids can go there too. You don't see kids there in the afternoon or in the evening, but in the morning or lunchtime, you might see some kids running through there, and it's perfectly fine.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, the 4 places you picked for out-of-towners, I don't think I've been to any of them myself.
Really?
And I've lived here my entire
Well, now
life,
you have to try, right?
This
This is perfect for you and your kids because all these places have something for kids on the menu, whether it's
That
chicken
that place
fingers or a
was
burger.
super good. I was confused when I first went there, though.
Yeah, it's
like
a little bit
not
confusing.
knowing about it, and you walk in there, I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Right.
Yeah, where do we go?
We sat down at a table and we're like,
And you waited.
literally, we were just like, okay, and it was like packed, and like you kind of like share like you share your
Share a
table,
table.
it's not
It's
just
a community
you.
table.
And then we were like, okay, so there's a bar. We know what the fuck to do there. So we just went straight to the bar and was like, what do we do?
Now, the one at Bakery Square also has 4 concepts, including Bubba's Burgers. You know, Bubba that talked
Ooh,
from
yeah.
Radio B94. I can't remember what his radio station is now, but he has,
Bubba in the morning.
yeah. But is it 1019 or I can't remember what
I think
it
it's
is.
1019.
100 and something.
I don't know what he was definitely on B94 that back.
B94. I was going to say B94, but that shows my age. But he has one there, and there's a Korean restaurant and some other stuff. It's exactly the same. You get your table, you go to the window and order, and then they bring it to your table. So this is number 2 right here. It's called Hunan Bar.
Number 2.
Number 2. And it's over in Oakland, and it's pretty close to Pitt campus. And this is for a group of 3 or more. And the reason it's a hot pot. So the reason I say 3 or more is that big spread that you can see there on the screen. You don't get that spread unless you have 3 or more people. If you go by yourself or if you go as a couple, there's other hot pot things that you can order, but not this.
Did they not let you, or did they just tell you you shouldn't?
It's just too much food. No,
Okay.
unless you want to pay for the 3rd and 4th.
Okay, yeah, no, that's what I
I'll
was saying.
I'll pay for 4 people. You know, I want this. I mean, I guess you could do that, but that's what they bring to you right there. And
Can you take any of it?
no, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
But I mean, you probably wouldn't want to. I mean, there's some really thinly sliced raw beef on there. There's Spam. There's fish balls. There's not testicle, but the regular balls like a meatball.
That's no fun then.
Right. There's bok choy on there. And
Don't like it now.
there's clear ramen noodles they give you. They give you some other kinds of fish to put in the pots. And if you go to the next picture where the pot is, and what you do with all that food is they bring a hot pot to your table.
Oh no! Anyone watching? I just ruined who the first one was. I hit the wrong slide.
That's
oh
okay.
well. No, okay, I have the pot coming up now.
Did it switch? So they have a hot pot that comes to
Did
your
you eat the Spam?
Oh yeah, I love Spam.
Do you? I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
had it.
It's like a greasy.
I heard it's super salty.
It's a salty, greasy ham.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good. I like Spam, but it's fine. But that's what the hot pot looks like, and it comes in 2 sections. And the clear section is just a vegetable broth or a chicken broth, and then the spicier section you can amp that up and get that as spicy as you like. And they asked me, how spicy do you want it? Like a 1 to 10, and she looked at me. She's like, you're a 1. So that's a 1, and it was still pretty hot. This is Szechuan. This is authentic Chinese food at this place. And they have stuff other than these hot pots, just so you know, that you can get and order, regular dishes that you would recognize. But you put the food that they bring you on those plates in the pot, and it cooks it or heats it up according to whatever you'd like. And then you put
Melting
on
pot style.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of, except most of the stuff they have out there is pretty well cooked. There's some raw fish and there was some raw shrimp. But in general, the sausages and the fish balls and the Spam, all the stuff is cooked. It's just heated up.
Is that on something that keeps it hot?
It is. It's on like
Okay.
a hot plate that goes in the middle of the table.
Now, for the people just listening, this pot looks like it's separated into 2 parts. It looks like almost like a yin yang kind of like S in the middle, separating it, and then there's this red broth on the top, and like you were saying, this more clear broth on the bottom.
Yes.
Can
And
you?
then you can
Is that what everybody gets, or can you pick what kind of broth you get?
I think if you wanted too spicy, you could probably have too spicy.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to handle very spicy, so we just did 1 spicy, and like I said, it was very not spicy for me, but they didn't think it was very spicy there. They're probably laughing at us actually in the kitchen.
Now,
As we
Michelle,
were sweating.
what's in that little white container on the left? Can you see on the table?
On the cup, you mean?
Yeah.
So they have bubble tea there as well, and that's just
Oh no, under the bubble tea in that little white container. Can you tell?
Oh God damn
Are
it!
those some green onions?
Yeah.
Oh wow, green onions.
Okay.
They
Just
bring
making
all the
sure,
little.
man.
They bring. Oh yeah, we love the green onions. They bring all the little side dishes, so you can sprinkle the green onions on top. And I'm sure they would bring you as many as you wanted if you asked for extra.
I would probably have
Extra
to.
green onions
Jeff, you like a green onion?
Oh.
on everything,
Fuck
right?
yeah, dude. Green onion is probably.
yeah, dude.
It matches with everything.
Everything.
Yeah, that's
Eggs,
exactly
green
correct.
onion on it. Soup, green onion.
Now, I think I have for the people watching, I have another picture. This is a more close-up picture of the pot.
Yes.
So you said what? There's bok choy.
But, I mean, there were so many things on that tray. Some things I didn't even know, but they had certain different kinds of fish on there too that were raw. But they also had shrimp when we were there. It had head-on shrimp, You can see the shrimp floating in the pot right there.
Yeah.
And on the right hand side where the clear broth is, you can see the beef is floating in there along with the bok choy, which is a tiny cabbage like vegetable. The shrimp is on the left in the spicy pot. My kids refuse to eat that shrimp because it had eyeballs. Yeah. I don't even think they realize it's exactly what we eat at home, except there's no eyeballs.
Yeah.
So I would have been like, no.
It totally makes
There he is.
it does make a difference if it's looking back at you when you're eating it versus what if it's not.
Well,
That's
Like the lobster, do you ever get the whole lobster? Like he's staring at you while you're eating his carcass.
man, I love the whole lobster. Getting a whole lobster, we do them at home every year.
Oh yeah, I'm
love
not
the
above
fact
it.
that you will
I'll
eat
eat him
it,
with some
though.
butter. He can look at me, but I'm saying other people.
Well, that guy's looking right at you right there. He's like,
I can't eat a whole fish. Like people who like fry up the whole thing from tail to like mouth.
Oh yeah.
Like that creeps me out. I can't do that.
I'm not the biggest seafood person.
I do love
miss.
seafood.
I
like
don't
a
fish.
shellfish.
I don't like shellfish. Yeah.
I'm a shellfish. Yeah, I've been known to eat a scallop or some shrimp or some crab. I'm not a big fish guy though. I like some halibut. I'll mess around and fuck with some halibut, you know.
around and find
Taco
out.
has real good shrimp tacos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always go with their
Dude,
buffalo
I
chicken.
fucking love a good shrimp taco.
Ooh.
I do too.
So good.
Have you been to 202, Shay? Yeah, you have.
Where is it?
You went with me like 2 weeks ago.
There we
right?
go.
Okay. I didn't know if you were there. Michelle, what is this picture? Is this the right place or did I skip ahead?
We skipped ahead,
Oh, okay.
but that's okay. That was still really delicious too.
Oh, there we
we
go.
We did skip ahead.
Well, that was
There's
the last
so much
one.
more
So
cheese than there is bread on that, and that makes me just like
So-
that's
so
just
happy.
teasing the people
yeah.
watching. Now they
know, right?
now they
That
have to
looks
find out.
So good.
So this is
Unless
my
they
number.
watch
This
5
is my
seconds
number
early.
one place that I take friends and family from out of town, and I not number one. I'm not kidding. I take everybody there. So it's Wiggle Whiskey down in the Strip District. They've got a couple different locations, but I like the Strip District location because they have their distillery there.
Yeah,
And they offer tours on the weekend. You have to do that in advance to reserve though, and they'll give you a little tour of their distillery, and they'll give you the history of Wiggle Whiskey, which is kind of interesting. I mean, whiskey was actually born here in southwestern Pennsylvania, and like in 1790, people in Washington proper, Washington, PA, they were making whiskey themselves, and they were trading it for goods. And so the government came in, they decided they were going to start taxing the whiskey. And they were like, no, this is not going to happen. So they went and they burned the tax collector's house down.
Oh,
Which, yeah, and
Sent a message.
the guy's name was Philip Wiggle, and they ended up toting him off to the capital, which was Philadelphia at the time, and sentenced him to hang.
oh shit.
George Washington shortly after pardoned him, and then rumor has it that he went on to help George Washington set up his distillery at his home in Mount Vernon. So, and that's now we celebrate the Whiskey Rebellion Festival every single year in Washington, but that's where this is based on. And it's nice because when you go in there, that history is painted on the wall in their hallway. So they make their alcohol there. They have drinks to go. They have tastings. That's a flight of drinks that I did. So those are mixed cocktails that I just did a flight of, and you can buy those there pre-made.
so do you pick, or is that just like the featured flight of the day? Because I see that they have it all typed out and it looks real nice. So is that just like
They have a choice. They have a choice. So you
Mm-hmm.
can pick the flight of the day. I think they have a trail of bourbons. They sometimes will do their ryes. They go through different types. They have different white alcohol, clear alcohol there too. So they have different flights that you can choose from. I like to pick the drinks. And I have my favorites out of the drinks. And then I end up with one in my pocket, walking down the Strip District. Because they have a little bottle or something like that. So that's why I like it there. It is very family friendly. It's not very expensive. You can walk in and do these tastings at the bar. But if you're planning on eating, because their food's not shabby at all, maybe make a reservation. And definitely make a reservation if you want to do the tour.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have the burger picture.
Yeah, I'll bring
so
the burger up
One
now.
of my
You
they
can talk
source
about
everything locally there, except for the pierogies, and I kind of got on their case about that. But I get the Buckaroo burger when I go there,
Oh yeah.
and they get their bread from Mediterra. I spring a little extra money in, and I get the bacon jam on top of that.
Oh my god.
It's so when it pops up, it's so
Bacon
delicious.
jam for
And
a
crispy-
burger.
Crispy fried onions.
That bun.
There it is,
Oh.
Mediterra. And then he hits me with, "Do you want chips or fries?" And so my first question always is, "Do you make the chips and do you cut the fries?" He's like, "We make the chips and we cut the fries." I was like, "Damn."
Give me both.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Give me
the-
both.
And
I need them
there
both.
should be like a half and half option, don't you think?
Yeah.
So I went with the chips instead of the salad this time, and they gave me a little side of ranch to dip in, which I know we're all going to fight about here in a second.
No,
I have ranch.
no, you did the exact correct thing.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
100%.
You're good with that. I don't do ranch. I don't do blue cheese. I don't do that.
See?
I like a
So
buffalo
fucking
sauce.
annoying.
It might have been good with buffalo sauce as well, the chips. So we got that, and then the very
But I
first
wouldn't
picture
go with that, no.
that we
Do they
went,
look so crispy? I'm gonna die.
the very first picture that we passed by was the cheese curds, locally sourced cheese curds.
Oh, is that what those are?
And they're fried
they
and they're sprinkled with Old Bay seasoning.
Michelle, before I forget, this is very important.
I
I
got
have two
chills.
very important questions.
Yes.
Both kind of French fry related. Do you like poutine?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay. And I need to find, is there a place around here? With good
Absolutely, I can give you a place.
poutine? Okay. Perfect. Also, part two of this question.
I've never had poutine until we were at Kelly's one day.
Dude, it's
you
Kelly's.
ordered it.
Kelly's is fine, but
I didn't even know
they're
what
missing
it was.
the green onions. They're missing some of the other stuff. They do the fries. They do like a Guinness brown gravy kind of thing, and then they do cheese curds on it, which is nice. You got to throw some green onion on there, freshen it up. Green onion, I'm all about, man.
Well, I know.
But yeah, no, you throw all that. Dude, poutine is delicious.
Green onion. They throw the place that I'm going to refer you to throws an egg on there too.
Oh,
So good. So good. See, I was holding that picture for a future cast, but there's a place down in Canonsburg. It's called the Bar Association.
okay.
It's owned by a local family. It's a lot of fun in the summertime because they have a garage door that goes up and down. And
That's
you
a
can sit
great
right there.
restaurant name.
Yep.
It's called the bar. Yeah, bar.
Yeah.
And it's,
I thought the garage door. I think that like anytime a restaurant has that, it's gonna be good.
yeah, it's really good, and they have great burgers there. They have great salads. It's
Yeah.
a small place. Their poutine is off the charts. What's the Guy Richter thing? Or the guy?
Flavor Town.
Flavortown. He's
Flavortown.
in Flavortown for sure. And they got the gravy on there, and
Yeah.
they got the egg on top, and I'm pretty sure there's green onions.
Oh,
too.
that's what you're missing. You got to do it with pulled pork too. You throw some pulled pork on there with some pork gravy, some scallions or something. Oh, Shay, it's
sounds
life changing.
amazing.
It's delicious.
I wonder if Bowser's does it because they got some damn good.
I'll do some research on that and figure out what the next one is. Yeah, it's Canadian, right? Poutine's
Yeah.
Canadian.
You think Cheech could make a solid poutine?
He would say he would, but we'll see.
He won't.
Maybe we can have them
Remember
play
when
the
he said
Pittsburgh
he was
Because
excited
we were
to
talking
shoot the
about,
shit?
we had for stuff
Hell,
to do in
Cheech.
Pittsburgh last week. We had the Lamb Fest, which Michelle said she went to,
Good.
and I was saying how we make really good lamb at the restaurant I was at. She's like, "No, you don't even know. I make the best lamb."
Bye.
So they'll probably get an
Bye.
answer like that. So I'm sure he could make very good poutine. It's probably the best poutine.
I think we should have the play that Pittsburgh people do like poutine for us when they come in.
Oh yeah, good call.
You guys bring some poutine in for us?
Yeah, we'll have them whip something up.
early.
I'll bring the green
I can
onions.
be-
I was trying to do this a while ago because Corey Brennan's co-host JB, he's a cook. Cheech is a cook. I've been trying to get Corey to go against her JB
JB to
and
go-
Cheech to
yeah.
go head to head in a cook-off, man.
That
That'd be
would
awesome.
Fun.
Me and Corey can be their announcer. I'm trying to be, a boxing manager for Cheech in
We
the
could be
corner.
judges. Can
Yeah, we could be judges.
Three of
Oh,
us could be
yeah.
judges.
Oh yeah, Jeff, you can come. 3 of us could be judges.
There we go.
Please.
Boom. Dude, that would be badass.
We gotta work
I
on
would
it.
literally call off of work for a show like that.
So would I.
And you know I don't do that.
Yeah. But it gets back to my first question, and then we'll go back to the important thing. Is there one item that grows on this earth that is more diverse or better than the humble potato? Because the potato has so many different, you got French fries, you got mashed potatoes, you got a baked potato. You got
Vodka.
gnocchi.
Vodka.
Okay, that's out of there. You got chips. You got, the home fry, the waffle
Steak
fry. Shay, there's a
fries,
million fries.
Curly
fry.
Steak fries.
Tell me something better than the potato, Shay.
I can't. But did you say something?
I said, yeah, vodka comes from potatoes too. So
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah,
Ew.
there you
So
go.
every other vegetable is totally slacking.
That is true.
It is. They're everyone. They're all
Potatoes the
slacking.
coolest
Dude,
vegetable.
It has to
it
be.
is so good.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Hash browns.
Yeah, right.
Potato cakes. We got
Oh.
options.
I love a good potato cake.
Oh yeah.
As far as hash browns go, do you like the longer, thinner ones or kind of the smaller?
Hash browns?
Yeah.
When I think hash browns, I think just like the shredded.
Oh, you do them like that? Because McDonald's hash browns are like the little cake.
Those are fucking. Those are the fucking.
They're fine. They're
hash brown
delicious.
cakes.
Don't act like
they
they're
are
not.
delicious. Yeah.
Shay.
Those aren't just like normal ass hash browns. Hash browns are like shredded, like Waffle House hash browns.
I feel. I feel
Oh,
like
so
minis, you
because
go-
Waffle House does it that way. That's the way it is forever, Shay. There's different
Yes.
renditions, but whatever. No, whatever. Because Waffle House did it, it's fucking gospel.
Thank you.
Okay,
I'm glad
ketchup
we
or no
agree.
ketchup then?
Ketchup.
Ketchup,
Depends
sure.
on the
For your hash browns or your potatoes. I put
hash
mashed
brown.
potatoes-
Yes.
Mashed potatoes then.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
Ketchup on my mashed potatoes.
I've
Yeah.
done
No.
that before.
No.
Yes. So good.
I
No.
will eat ketchup by itself, but not
Fucking
with
butter.
mashed potatoes.
Butter, bacon, and fucking sour cream.
Ooh.
On mashed potatoes and for baked potatoes. And twice baked potatoes.
Is this from Wiggle?
This is
Yes.
also from Wiggle Whiskey. This is their pierogi and kibasi appetizer, and
That's an appetizer.
It's the only thing that they don't source from the area. And I looked at him. I'm like, we have so many good pierogi places in Pittsburgh. He's like, we get them from Cleveland, and I'm like, really? I'm like, this is like the pierogi. I mean, S&T Polish Deli is like 50 yards from them, and he's like, yeah. He said it was the best source that we could find. I'm just like, I'm so over it right now. So it was still very good. They were very good pierogies, but they're not from here.
The kibasi looks solid.
It was very good. Very good appetizer.
Yeah, every part of that looks super, super good.
Delicious. Like I said, their food down there, it's all locally sourced, and I will probably hit that place up 3 or 4 times during the holidays when friends come in. It's just it's a nice place to visit, nice drinks, nice food, and it's close to everything else in the strip.
It looks super good.
It does.
I'm drooling.
As always, it all looks super, super, super good. Now, Michelle, is there a place that you are looking forward to in the next month?
Absolutely. So, and this is a place I would also recommend for people from out of town, but it's a little more on the pricey side. But for me, November starts birthday season for my family and some of my friends. So some of us are going out to celebrate at Monterey Bay,
Oh, okay.
which is a fish grotto. It's on top of Mount Washington, has excellent views, has excellent food. Like I said, it's a little pricier, but I made my reservation earlier in the afternoon, like at 4:30, because I have a better chance of getting a window seat.
Oh, yeah.
Because it has the whole front of it. It's open to downtown. So when you sit there, almost every seat's a good seat. You can just see the entire downtown, especially around the Christmas time when the lights are lit up. Man, that would be so romantic and so nice to go with a family.
Oh, heck yeah.
Very nice. And good drinks, too. And they'll valet park your car, and then you can just walk down to the top of Mount Washington there and look over to the city whenever you're done.
Nice little alley-oop.
So I'm looking forward to that for sure.
Oh, yeah. I was there. The last time I think I was there once or twice. And the last time I was there, it's always a super good meal.
It's always good.
But the last time I was there, I got a martini that was like Tito's and basil and lime juice. It was the best martini I've ever had.
Yeah.
Hot dog juice.
Yeah.
Just a sprinkle.
Just a sprinkle.
Yeah, I have the hot dog back on the side. Just take a shot of that when I'm done. All right. Shay, you want to do the stuff to do in Pittsburgh? I want to do that, and then I want to talk to Jeff about some stuff before we wrap everything up because I have not a ton of super important questions, but there's definitely some stuff I want to talk to you about coming up, Jeff. But I want to get this
Let's do it.
not out of the way, but
Let's get it out of the way.
Let's get it out of the way, kind of. And I want to hear what Michelle and Jeff have to say about all this good stuff. So I believe it is Britta this week.
Hey, it's Britta, and I'm so happy to finally say it's Halloween weekend. We are creeping it real with all things spooky, starting off with King Fly's annual Boozy Bash on Saturday, October 30th. A $10 cover gets admission, a special welcome cocktail, and prizes for first and second place in the costume contest. There will be food options and a wicked awesome DJ, so don't miss out. Get tickets ASAP. And of course, Halloween weekend brings the bar crawls, and we are super pumped for the official Pittsburgh Halloween bar crawl in Southside. Participating bars include Flats on Carson, Carson City Saloon, Oddballs, Tiki Lounge, and tons more. Come in costume and enjoy discounted drinks. This next event is for our 18 and up crew. It's time for After Hours at the Carnegie Science Center with Heroes and Villains this Friday night. The Science Center will be taken over by your favorite costume characters. Think masked vigilantes. Activities include karaoke in the Buell Planetarium, panels hosted by comic artists and writers, keychain making, and more. Tickets are required, so get them before they sell out. And lastly, take the kiddos to Carnoween, a kids' carnival and Halloween party hosted by Casa Brazil on Sunday. There will be face painting, games, dancing, and tons of fun. Tickets can be purchased ahead of time online or at the door. For ticket links to all of these events and details on these events and even more spooky happenings in Pittsburgh, check out our weekend guide. Thanks and happy Halloween. Bye, guys.
Fun. That all sounds fun. All of them.
Oh, yeah. They always have some really good events to choose from each week. Of the events, Shay, I'm going to give you the first choice. Is there one that sticks out to you that interests you?
It's never just one for me. You know how I roll. So I like the bar crawl, obviously.
Okay.
But I do like just the fact that she said karaoke at the Science Center. But who did we have on when we talked about things going on at the Science Center and they said it wasn't like that much fun? Do you remember that?
Somebody did.
Yeah.
I went to one of the like 21 plus things at the Science Center before. It was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice not having kids running around.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, it's also like $12 for like a Tito's.
Of
So
course,
like, yeah.
obviously. Yeah, I like the karaoke situation. That always enticed me. So, but the bar crawl.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The bar crawl obviously always sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the south side. It looks like it's gonna get pretty wild from the pictures. There's some skeleton dude choking this girl. I mean,
A lot of blood. There's a lot of blood in those pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the options. I'll bring it up for the people watching, and even more of a reason to watch. Yeah. So so in the one we have a bunch of like, I don't know if like there's zombies or something on the left.
Are they like are they doing like the dead cheerleader thing?
Yeah, they might be.
That's what I'm saying.
They're doing that, and then on the other side they have, like I said, that skeleton guy choking the lady. So definitely go down to the south side and check out the bar crawl. That is $15. It says it starts at 2:59 p.m. So don't be a
Nice.
minute late.
Don't be a minute
3
early.
o'clock, you're fucked. So yeah, stop down there. The Science Center thing that you were just talking about, I don't think it's on here. They mentioned it, but I couldn't find it on here. So you'll have to check that out. I did find a link for it on the city paper, but when I opened everything, I closed all the tabs. So
Nice.
yeah, you can figure it out. If you want to figure it out, you know what? We all have phones now, Shay.
Right.
Or
I
click
get
through
it.
stuff to do in Pittsburgh
agree
link
with
and find
you.
out all the info.
You fuck up and make us do the work. It's fine.
Yeah, I know, Shay. It's my bad.
It's all right.
Once again, it's my bad. Jeff, have you performed at King Fly?
Yeah.
I was going to say
Is that
they.
the one in Cranberry?
It's the one on there's not the Strip District, but a little bit further down, like right under I think the 30th Street Bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, really cool location. They have a cool upstairs area where they have like a bunch of artist stuff, and yeah, it's a cool spot.
Yeah, I feel
sounds
like
fun. That sounds-
I feel like I see a lot of shows there. There's a couple breweries in the area, but it seems like 2 or 3 of them are really receptive of comedians and doing some shows there.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that go to like the jazz nights and everything. That's probably what I would do. That kind of like the boozy bash idea.
Yeah.
10 bones, get to check out some cool drinks.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you want to see anything more from Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh, I will tag them in all of our stuff. Click through. They have more events that we didn't go over. So if you need anything, time, price, place, all that stuff, click through Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Do you like that, Shay?
Yeah, I
That was
liked
pretty
it.
good.
I
Now,
liked it.
this is what, the 3rd time we've had you on now, Jeff?
Yeah.
Look at that. I think you're.
A superstar.
Yeah, I think of the guests, you
Hat
might be
trick.
number 1 right now for appearances.
Those times.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
We were talking to Danny. Danny Kaufman came on last week, and she was filling in for Shay, kind of. Not filling in, but you know.
You're always fucking replacing.
I like having a female voice, Shay, and you're incompetent sometimes, so. So I needed to bring somebody
All right.
reliable in. That's why Michelle is here. So
Hey.
Shay, this will
in
be
case I
your
failed
final
today.
show. No.
I have your back. I have your back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But Jeff, I see with your podcast, your Babyface Assassin podcast, are you doing that now at Steel City Arts Foundation? Yeah. And it looks really good. So can you tell us a little bit about your podcast now?
Yeah.
Kind of the transition.
Yeah, you were actually the last interview I ever did.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you quit.
Yeah, I like
Fuck
Fucking
this.
sucks.
I-
Is what he's saying.
I like doing interviews, but I would have friends, and like if people saw me do stand up, they check out the podcast, and I'd have like none of my personality. I was more kind of like Jimmy Fallon asking rappers that are still in the same hometown how they made it. And, it just wasn't good, so I just wanted to incorporate more of my personality, and I was listening to a lot of solo podcasts, so I just started jotting down stuff throughout my week that was kind of like I was getting a hankering on, almost like jokes. Yeah. And then I got a producer from Steel City down there, so I will send her some ideas. She'll pull up some current events and some of her ideas. Yeah. And I just rant. And now, like, it's so funny. Like, my 10 friends I always hang out with, they finally watched the podcast. And I was like, why are you watching it? It's like, because you're funny on it now. Yeah. So once I started going there, I felt a lot more comfortable to do it. Because they asked me to be a member a little over a month ago. And with that, you can use the podcast studio. They have like 5 4K cameras. Yeah. They have all the audio stuff. So I just bring my own microphones and my computer, and I just set up their camera stuff. And the producer, Alyssa Wisensee, she's there, and she's awesome. So she's kind of nice to bounce joke off of. And I did the first couple episodes by myself. and you can't really tell what's funny when you're just like talking. And it was good, but having her as like a voice to laugh and to throw ideas off of, and like every little thing I'll say, she'll have like a crazy life backstory that like relates to it. Yeah. So recently I've been having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. That's something I'd like to do, is kind of do like a solo thing, not just because like if I have time, I want to kind of do something new that I haven't done. Yeah. That seems like putting out like even a 20-minute long episode seems like that would take a while. It feels like it would, by yourself, just talking by yourself. I'd feel like I was in it, and then look up at the clock and it was 8 minutes or something. Be like, okay, well, let's wrap it up.
That's why I figured out there's like only topics I'm inspired to talk about, because if it was the ones where I had like one or two little quips, I'll say it and then realize like my story went nowhere. Yeah. But I had like one of the best one evers whenever I first did it. And then I went to go look, and I didn't press record on the audio.
Oh, no.
I just looked right now. I was like, oh, my God, I hope I did.
If I still had the video of me just, like, realizing and going into, like, psycho dad mode, just like... But then after I re-recorded, it was a better episode. So, yeah, it was good.
Oh, my God. There's, like, a whole different feeling you get when that shit happens.
I ended, and I'm just like, all right, guys, there's the plug. See ya.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But no, it's fun. It helps with stand-up a lot, too.
Well,
I've taken some bits from there.
So when you didn't hit the record, were you doing a solo episode?
Yeah.
That's a little bit better than wasting somebody else's time and then being like, oh, my God.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Yeah. And there's been times where I just didn't tell the person, use the camera audio, and they're like, why does my audio sound different? I'm like, I think you're on drugs. No one else hears it. I don't know.
That happened here one time. Everyone's mic worked except mine. And I had to go from just the video. And it was from like the iPad or whatever. And it sounded fine. But I noticed a difference immediately. Yeah. But yeah, I think it looks really good. And it seems really cool. It seems like Steel City Arts has a lot of different things for the people that are members there.
You become a member by like other comics suggesting you. And then they just build a group. And he almost made like a comedians boys and girls club. Like you go there and I can go any hour of the day, and they have the studio time to rent out. They have like 4 or 5 cameras to rent out. They have a whole like closet full of every audio and visual thing that you would need. So now when I do stand-up shows, I literally go there, write my material, borrow a camera, go do the show. They have open mics every Sunday where they're downstairs right outside the studio room is like an actual stage with a bunch of seats, and then they have 2 big monitors where the Patreon fans watch, and they give joke suggestions, and then you have comics there. And after your 3-minute set, every comic has to give you a tag to your joke. So it creates like a good writer's room. You leave every Sunday having at least like 2 or 3 solid jokes. And yeah, he's putting on shows too. It's Steve Hofstetter. He brought it to Pittsburgh, and upstairs where the church used to be, he's remodeling all of it to be an actual stage room to put on comedy shows. So yeah, it was like a blessing. They just do a lot to help you kind of organize, figure out how to get booked, and just kind of help you out. Everyone I tell, they're like, they're not charging you money. I was like, no, they're like, there has to be a scam. I'm like, he's just a good person. He wants to help comedians. Yeah.
The pictures you take of your feet are just, they're it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't, dude.
You were going to take them anyway, Jeff.
I was. And I have to put it in his mailbox.
If you just leave them there. I mean, you take them and you leave them. Who knows who gets them?
Yeah, literally. I don't know.
It's up to God at that point.
I mean, a lot of sorbettos, I forget.
Sorbettos.
Yeah. I was during the pandemic.
I hate it.
I did during pandemic throw the idea at my ex, which we thought about and couldn't stop laughing, that we watched a mini documentary on Vice about people making like thousands of dollars selling pictures of their feet. Yeah. And I wanted to do a thing where we put on the website that we were 2 girl roommates, because my foot next to hers, we were going to call it thick and thin. Yeah. Because my foot just looks like a big barely chick. It's just like, because I kind of have a female foot, but it just looks big, and then hers is petite. And I was like, someone's into each. And we couldn't pull the trigger because, like, how do we put ourselves out there? We'd have to start, like, unanimously,
do you think it would get competitive?
Not competitive. I just want to know how to get out into the market, because you have to follow people that you know and then branch out. And then one time, like, I'm at the beach and they see my foot and put it together. Yeah. So I didn't pull the trigger on it. I wish I would have.
Yeah.
Dude, people make like so much money a month.
I wish.
Selling feet pics.
It's so weird.
It's
I agree.
Weird.
I think feet are disgusting. Like, they stink.
That's exactly
they look
what
weird.
The guy says.
Anything that has a nail is disgusting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Oh,
right.
I feel like I watched a show one time where they were selling old shoes because people like the smell.
Oh my god, you think that that's bad?
I was
You
gonna
should
say
see what
that's a
some things
shit
that
thing.
people sell. You could sell like your fingernails and toenails.
No.
You can sell like used like tissues, sanitary napkins.
No.
But that one chick, she actually like had to go to the hospital because she was farting so much. She was selling her farts into
In jars?
and she was eating foods to make herself fart. That she had like a gastro issue.
Was that the one from the TV show that?
It was all over the news. Maybe.
You guys see the guy who made a fuck ton of money because he was sneezing for people? He bought this special stuff that he would sniff that is specifically made to make you sneeze. And he would sneeze just like 100. He was on Tosh.0.
And people just paid him for it.
Mm-hmm. He made like a shit ton of money for it. People were
Jeez.
just paying him to make videos of him
I
sneezing.
can fart and call it a queef. You want to see me queef?
You can literally,
Hey,
crazy people.
there's
are
the
poor,
market
you
for
can
it.
Make money off of anything.
I just need to find these streets.
Except
I need to go downtown
podcasting.
and just be like, who likes feet? And then just get it to. Can I get your email? All right. Together.
Mass email.
Just
goes
take your
out.
shoe off right now. I'll cash app you.
Damn it. Okay.
Let's just do it right
Venmo.
now.
Yeah, just
Venmo.
put a QR code on your heel.
Exactly.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, now
there
we're
you go.
thinking.
Yeah.
Now we're thinking.
Or
There
one of
you
those
go.
temporary tattoos. You just put it on your calf.
Uh-huh.
There you go. Hit it all in one stop. One stop shopping.
That's how I got
Literally.
kicked out of Ross Park Mall.
Hey, man. they're a little tight there, man. I don't know. The security is a little uptight to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't hurting anyone with the feet. So, do you have shows coming up?
Yeah, this Friday is actually a real big one. I'm filming my first half hour.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and what I am going to end up doing is we're starting a Babyface Patreon where we answer questions from the fans as an extra episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw the half hour up on there. But then we're putting together the best 15 minutes, and that's going to be a special I'm putting out on YouTube.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so the goal is my birthday's on Christmas, so I want to drop it then.
Yeah.
But I'm also visiting a lot of family within then, so depending on how I like the edit and everything like that. But yeah, this Friday at Athos Studios, show starts at 7:30. Roll through to that. That's gonna be nice. We're gonna have like 6 or 7 cameras. It's gonna be a sick
That's
setup.
awesome.
Congratulations.
So,
Thank you.
how's the show work? Or do you have people opening for you? Or
Yeah,
how's that
so
work?
my friend Drew Shabetta, he asked me like a month ago, like, do you want to do a half hour? And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been trying like to film something.
Yeah.
And my one friend Louie hit me up and he was just like, hey, got this brand new camera, been filming a bunch of videos. He's
Yeah.
like, you check out my stuff, and it's really good. And he was like, well, I want to start filming comedy. Do you want to film a half hour soon? And I had that slot, and I did like 2 shows before that where I got to do 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I really like the setup, so I was like, okay, cool. I can release my favorite 15. And the
Yeah.
longest I've ever done was 35, 40. So I was like, if I can leave myself 15 to 20 to work off of after that. But there's just like 15 minutes. I've been doing it for 9 years, and there's like 15 that, not that I'm getting over the jokes, but they're like a 21-year-old me perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm turning 27, and now I feel like I have more of like a voice of what my jokes are, and they're still really good, and there's so much of me.
Yeah.
But I think this would be a good time to put it out and get those jokes over with to kind of, I can go like this
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
And I've been wanting to record it, so yeah, it's going to be called The Babyface Assassin.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it matches the whole
Yeah. It's on.
podcast
It's
and
on.
everything.
Yeah. It's on brand. I couldn't
Yeah.
think of the word. That's so cool though. So, wow. So you said there's 4 or 7 cameras.
There's gonna be 6 cameras.
There's 6.
We have a dude helping out with audio.
Yeah.
He's gonna have like a lav mic and sit in the crowd so we can get the crowd audio and
Yeah.
everything like that. We're doing a run through on Wednesday at Steel City, and we're inviting a bunch of comics
Yeah.
and people on Patreon to kind of watch, just to kind of.
Do you have control over editing and all that stuff? Or are you putting it on somebody else? to do?
No, I have full control, and me and him, we can share Adobe Premiere together. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to edit one. I wanted him to edit one because he's used to doing music video and adding a bunch of cool, trippy effects.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to edit one from my eyes of like what a comedy special looks like. And I want you to edit from like your creative brain. And I kind of want to mix together both of our ideas after that. Because if he's directing it, he has a lot of cool edits. There's just certain things I've seen in specials coming up to where as I'm going in between jokes or while I'm telling a joke, if in the corner we can make it look like an old tube TV and you can see the crowd.
Yeah,
There's just little ways to make it a little more interactive since it's like it's 2022. I got to do something a little bit different.
Yeah. Switch it up. Do something new that separates you from everybody else.
Yeah.
I saw you were. I can't remember what I saw. You were posting something, but I always see you with like musicians and bands and stuff, or different artists. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Is there do you do anything with music in addition to comedy, or are you just a fan?
Just a fan. I did an all-art show when I came back to Pittsburgh where it was comedy first, music second, then we had a live artist painting on stage.
Yeah.
And through that, it was at my friend Ty Danzuzo's bar, and he lived above it, so we would just have after parties with these artists, and I get to meet so many musicians.
Yeah.
So just from meeting them, I just kind of started hanging out with them, and I've always loved music. I filmed music videos in film school and just always respected it. And yeah, so like a couple dudes at like ID Labs and all that stuff, if they're working on something, they'll just ask me to come hang out, and it's nice to get their feedback because they actually like listen to some of my ideas, which is nice. And they all like comedy too. Like most of the musicians I hang out with love stand-up comedy, so they come out to a lot of my shows and I check them out. So I think it's like a mutual respect thing.
Yeah. That's really cool. Is ID Labs the one that has Mac Miller on the side?
Yeah, the huge mural.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Shay?
Yeah,
Have you
awesome.
seen? You haven't seen
It's awesome.
pictures? Have you seen anything?
No, I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, you have to check it out. It's real cool.
No, I haven't seen it.
And I grew up in Etna, and adding something like that just makes the drive-through a little bit better. It just gives it a little bit more pop. We really didn't have many murals, kind of like how
It's a great
Lawrenceville.
mural.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up for you to see, Shay, kind of before we wrap everything up. Now, Jeff, anybody who wants to find you anywhere, where can they find all your info?
Jeff_Fieldhouse for Twitter, for Instagram, at Babyface Assassin Podcast on YouTube and Instagram, Facebook Jeff Fieldhouse. You want to see my posts that I make for my grandparents, and yeah, besides that, everything else is just Jeff_Fieldhouse.
Michelle, can you tell everyone where they can find you for
Sure,
any of your food?
You can find me on Instagram at Pittsburgh Foodie Girl. So it'd be Pittsburgh_Foodie_Girls_. And we have the nice green label and all the photos that are gonna make you drool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Michelle's pictures are delicious.
One of my favorite accounts to follow. It's literally the photography helps what you're describing.
Oh my God,
it takes
yeah.
you there.
Thank you.
Ridiculous. Oh yeah.
Shay,
These are good. You guys can find me on Poor Man's Podcast.
Shay, I have one thing because I almost forgot, and it would have been a shame because it had to do with throwing up. Because you made fun of me a couple weeks ago because
Yes.
Yes. That was in Scott's house that I puked into your cup and then I drank it like
yes,
a hero.
yes, yes,
Okay?
yes.
You
Never
drank it
mind.
on purpose?
Yes.
What the fuck?
He looked around and went, I hope nobody see me puke. And
wasn't-
to pull it off, I'm going to drink it.
Oh my!
You
I'm
didn't-
literally like feeling like I'm gonna gag. Right
You
now.
didn't puke after drinking it.
No.
No, I swallowed it. So like I
It's
had
called
this
dedication
cup.
to the alcohol.
I
There
drank.
was not draining a sip.
It's not like it was my first sip of the night. Like I was pretty liberal.
you
Like
were
I didn't give a
fucking
shit.
lit, yeah.
So I took a sip. I was like, ugh.
no.
Came up, and then I was like, let's run this back.
Fucking rewind.
Yeah.
Like coleslaw?
The key. Now listen very closely, Michelle. The key to drinking your own throw up, you have to do it quickly because once it starts getting too the temperature of your body, you're gonna taste it. You
This
drink
is-
your own
no.
throw up, you don't even taste it coming back.
I'm sorry, this is a lot of no.
Anyway,
When we get off the podcast, I have a pretty outrageous throw up story that happened this weekend that I'll tell you about.
can't wait. Shay has one too, but it's
Eventful weekend.
our mutual friend Kobe, who we've discussed before on
Yeah.
this show. Cheech's mutual friend as well.
Yeah.
He told me that you threw up on him before.
Oh my God, yeah, I did. Fuck yeah, we were all getting fucking trashed at the same house that Chris drank his own puke. 'Cause that was the place to be.
That's where it happens.
And we were drinking.
That's where a lot of things fucking happen.
Oh, dear God. So many stories. And we were drinking fucking Burnett's, pink lemonade Burnett's.
Ooh.
Everyone's like, yeah, it's time for Shay to go to bed. So I'm like, he's like helping me upstairs. I literally lived above this guy. I'm like laying there. And I fucking, just like a fountain, I was laying back.
He
My
said he
head
was laying down too.
Yeah, he's literally, because I'm like, fucking, I'm a disaster.
He said his head was like against, like you were both laying, but like opposite, looking up at the ceiling, kind of thing.
Well, we were like next to each other.
Oh, is that what it
and
was?
both like we were just like looking up, and he's
Okay.
like, "Don't die, don't die." I'm like, "I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
die. Like, please don't leave me. I'm gonna die." So I'm like, I fucking don't even know I'm about to puke, and if I did, I'm a dick because I didn't say shit about it. And I fucking throw up so aggressively, it shoots directly up. Like I'm literally on my back. It shoots directly up like a fucking fountain and over and on him. On him. And mind you, I'm just sitting there dead. I'm like, I got to puke more.
Is
Like,
it
there's more to come. And he's like,
that had to have happened?
me.
That had to have happened after I threw up in my cup.
Oh, yeah, because I met
Okay.
you first and then I met Kobe.
Yeah. Huh.
Yes.
And yet you still, on your high
Oh, I will
horse.
still talk shit on you.
It's so strange because I saw Kobe. I was talking to Kobe the other day, and he said something about like "fuck people who throw up on you" thing. Oh, he was talking about somebody peeing in his bed or something like that, and we were talking about that.
I haven't peed the bed, not yet.
Well, yeah, that's a discussion for another show. But we were talking about that and bodily fluids and puke and whatever, and he said something about throwing up, and he was like, especially Shay. And I was like, oh,
Haven't heard this one.
Shay has a puke story.
Dude,
but
it was bad. It was like I threw up so hard, it just shot straight like a cannon.
Just Exorcist style.
And like not a drop on me.
I want to.
Straight over.
I want to watch the video back and just watch the bottom frame of Jeff and Michelle listening to us eating puke back and forth.
I can't even. I'm not. Like, what's happening?
I will never forget that day.
To be fair, if you're drinking all day, you're puking up mostly alcohol, and then you take it back. It's not like I puked up a hoagie,
it
man.
wasn't like chunks or anything.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah, it's a couple toenails, but
That would make you fucking that. Yeah, you hate that.
toenails are gross. So are wet Band-Aids. But we won't get into all of this. Jeff, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Michelle, it's always nice to see you. We'll see you next month with Dave Foreman on either the 12th or the 14th. I can't remember what the
14th.
month
It's the
is. It the
14th, yeah.
Okay?
We might have to make it early. If we did, would that be okay with you?
Sure, I'll be
It
here.
would probably be. Yeah. We'll make it work around you, Shay. As I said.
As long as you're here, I want to
That's
see
what I
you.
mean.
Or we'll say, because Dave said he can't make it until, we'll see what time Dave can make it. If not, we might have to split it into
We might have
half
to
or
kick him
whatever.
off. I don't
Yeah.
know what to tell you.
We'll see, Shay. we'll fuck it. We're just going to have you on camera. You're just going to sit here.
She can start the show.
Yeah.
You can start the show.
There we go.
She is the show. But
you.
Shay, as always, thank you for joining me tonight. Oh my God. I had a hiccup.
Thanks for having me.
In Cheech's absence.
That wasn't a barf.
Jeff.
That wasn't a mouth barf, was it?
Oh no, it was a hiccup and like a burp at the same time.
Just checking.
Yeah, but I only have one hiccup, Shay. This is the longest
Oh, here we
ending
go.
ever. Jeff, thank you again for coming on. This is 3. Michelle, thank you. Shay, thank you. Let's wrap this up.
All I'm going to say is I'm so happy
Yeah.
that I was allowed to be part of your day.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the show to catch the latest episodes and share with your friends. We can't promise not to embarrass you. And if you just can't get enough, follow us on Instagram at Poor Man's Podcast 412, Twitter at Poor Man's Pod 412, and Facebook. This is Pittsburgh's own Poor Man's Podcast signing off. See you next week. Woo! Woo!
Giddy up. Yeah.